Good morning, students. This is Asha, your social science teacher. We are discussing chapter 1 in Civics Equality, and today is third lecture. Before we start with the third lecture, let's quickly recap what we did in previous two lectures. We did a brief introduction on equality and we discussed the key features of democratic government: people's participation, resolution conflict, equality and justice, and equality being very important. And then we discussed why equality is so important and why it is needed in democratic government. And by few examples and stories, we tried to understand whether there is equality in India or not. And we did this by Kanta's story. And through Kanta's story, we were able to identify few kinds of inequality in Indian society, that were inequality in living condition, work condition, rich and poor, and health condition. There were few inequalities which we studied, and then we discussed caste inequality. Caste inequality and religious inequality. Caste inequality we discussed through a story of Om Prakash Valmiki, and religious inequality we discussed and tried to understand by the story of Ansaris, how they were treated unequally. Today we will be discussing recognizing the dignity. So how do you recognize somebody's dignity? Suppose the caste we are born into, the religion we practice, the class background we come from, whether we are male or female, these are often the things that determine why some people are treated unequally. Some people sometimes try to treat you unequally because of your caste, because of your religion, because of your background. You might be a poor, so they treat you differently. So, in the story of Om Prakash Valmiki and the Ansaris, they were treated unequally on the basis of difference of caste and religion. Whenever a person is treated unequally, their dignity is violated. The dignity of both Om Prakash Valmiki and the Ansaris was violated because of the way in which they were treated. Om Prakash and Ansari do not deserve to be treated like this. They deserve the same respect and dignity as anyone else. Like in the story of Om Prakash Valmiki, by picking on Om Prakash and making him sweep the school because of his caste, Om Prakash's classmates and teachers hurt his dignity badly and made him feel as if he is less equal to all other students. Being a child, Om Prakash Valmiki could do very little about the situation that he was in. It was his father who, on seeing his son sweep, felt angry by this unequal treatment and confronted the teacher. Whereas in Ansari's case, their dignity too was hurted when persons refused to lease their apartment to them. However, when the property dealer suggested that they should change their name, it was their dignity or self-respect which made them refuse the suggestion. They did not accept to change their surname. It was their self-respect and dignity which stopped them from doing so. So in this way, we are trying to recognize a dignity of a person. We cannot treat anybody unequally. When we treat anybody unequally, we directly or indirectly violate that person's dignity. Let's talk about our democratic government. What are the steps taken by government to enforce equality? There are two ways in which dignity is ensured. One is by laws, and second is through reforms, or second through government programs, schemes to help disadvantaged communities. So the first form, through laws, that we are going to discuss. Indian Constitution recognizes every person as equal. Everybody is equal in the eyes of law. And how does it does? The recognition of equality includes some of the following provisions. So there are some provisions which ensures equality. The first, that every person is equal before law. Every person. Suppose if a rich person has committed a crime or a poor person, the punishment will be same for both of them, whether that person belong to a rich or upper class or lower class or whatever religion. In the eyes of law, there is the same punishment for same crime. So every person is equal in the eyes of law or before law. Second, no person can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place of birth, or whether they are male or female. So we cannot discriminate anybody on the basis of religion, race, caste, or being a male or a female. And third, very important, every person has an access to public places including playground, hotels, shops, market. All persons can use publicly available wells, roads and bathing ghats. In earlier times, people who belonged to lower caste were not allowed to use these public places, especially well and pound. They were not allowed to use all these. So, this third provision makes that publicly available places are open for everyone. And fourth and very important provision is untouchability has been abolished. Untouchability was a blot on Indian society. It has been completely abolished from Indian society. Under Article 17, it is abolished and it has been made punishable offense. If anybody found practicing untouchability can be put behind bars. So these are the few laws through which equality is ensured in democracy. But besides this, there are some through government programs and disadvantaged communities which help in promotion of greater equality. And midday meal is one such program. The midday meal program is initiated by government in all elementary schools run by it and provide children with midday meal. What happened? This refers to the program. Midday meal refers to a program introduced all government school, and Tamil Nadu was the first state to start this program. Supreme Court ordered to start this program in all other government school, and this program has a lot of positive effects. These include the fact that more poor children have begun enrolling and are regularly attending school. So the attendance in school has improved. Teachers have reported that earlier children would often go home for lunch and did not return to school. But now with the midday meal being provided in the school, their attendance has improved. So now the attendance is really good, and these children, mothers who earlier had to interrupt their work, most of these students come from poor family background and their mother have to work and they have to come home to feed their child. Now they don't have to do so. This program also helped in reduce caste prejudice because upper class and lower class children sit together and have lunch, and it helps in improving nutrition to poor students. Children who were hungry and could not concentrate on studies now can have food and can concentrate on studies, and their nutrition is also improved. What else does this midday meal program help in promotion of greater equality? Right? How? This both privileged and underprivileged children in the school eat midday meal together. In few places, underprivileged women have been employed to cook the meal. So all this helped reduce caste prejudice and creates a feeling of equality amongst the children. So this program which government has started is really great. But children, do you think in this chapter we were studying different kinds of inequality. So inequality is something which is prevalent in India only? I think it's not. There are many other countries and very well developed countries where inequality is common. So tomorrow's lecture will try to study those parts of the country where inequality exists in one or the other form. Right? So quickly let's recap what we did today. We just recognizing dignity, what exactly dignity is, and we studied how government is tries to ensure equality through laws and programs. And the we studied four laws which ensures equality in Indian democracy. Then we studied a scheme, midday meal scheme, which ensures more equality in our society. And tomorrow we'll discuss inequality in other parts of the world. Thank you.